Hey guys, okay, so this is my first video in a while. I do apologise. I've just been really busy with not just work but also my personal life. There's a lot going on at the moment. So here are basically my top 20 sales from the last sort of month and a half maybe, because it has been that long since I've done a video. This isn't all of my sales, but it's just little snippets and little highlights that I want to show you. So first of all, there's this one. This is a boxed Super Nintendo Mario All-Stars console. As you can see, it actually work in there as well. All the box, all the original inlays and manuals and what have you. No original bags, unfortunately. That would have been a nice addition, but the box had a bit of issue, a few dents here and there, a bit of wear on the corners. But it actually sold really quite quickly for £149.99. The console itself was in great condition, no yellowing. So that was the main selling point, really. But that was a good one. That was £149.99. It worked out that I paid £7.50 for this, because I actually picked it up in a bundle with a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 games. And this is actually from a contact that I know that I've made quite recently, and I'm continuing to work with him. I'm picking up quite a big bundle of stuff from him next week as well, which I'm looking forward to actually getting listed. It's more of not necessarily an RA, but it is kind of a job lot of the same kind of items. But so yes, I'm continuing to work with him. He's been a great contact for me so far. So this worked out about £7.50 I paid, and £149 I sold. So that's that one. Next one, this is once again from that job lot. Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 plus Chronicles plus Last Revelation for the PS1. As you can see, 3 of them are platinum labels and 2 are black labels. Pretty good little bundle. Quite happy with that. £29.99. This was another bundle from that same lot, which was obviously Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3, but also the director's cut of 1. Pretty good, £44.99 I got for those, which is pretty good just for 4 games. So I was quite happy with that. This is Bomb Sweeper. A bit of a story behind this one, because I actually sold it for £99.99, and then basically I sold it to somebody. The guy then complained, saying that there was no inlay card and no batteries, and he said because there was no inlay card in the box, even though it clearly states there is no inlay card. There you go, look, no cardboard inlay and small signs of play. He said the cardboard inlay has a little code inside, or at least printed on the inlay, that matches the serial number to the console. He said now, because he can't do that, he's going to put it down as potentially counterfeit, because he can't confirm if it's legitimate. So I said to him, I said, look, you know, it is real, it just doesn't come with the inlay card. There's no big secret here. You know, I bought a whole bundle of these for, it cost me like 400 and something pounds, but I had 7 Nintendo Game & Watches, so I was quite happy with that. So getting 99 back on 1 was quite good. Now, he then later on messaged me saying he understands that actually it was his mistake. It clearly states there's no cardboard inlay, and also although it doesn't say no batteries there, it says no batteries in the description. So in the end, eBay kind of sided with me on the feedback and said, well, the whole counterfeit thing could look quite bad for me, so they managed to get rid of that. But when I got it back, I then listed it for £119.99. The extra 20 quid was to make up for my cost on returning for shipping and things like that, and it sold pretty much straight away. So in the end, I don't really mind. It went again, and the other guy that bought it was really quite happy with it, so that's quite cool. Yeah, so as far as how much I paid for this, I think it worked out I paid something like £44 per Game & Watch. something along them lines, or 46. So there was still a lot of profit in it for me. This one was another one from the bundle of PlayStation stuff that I got. Once again, I would have paid £7 odd for this, and I sold it for $49.99, which was pretty good. This guy here is Archer from a movie called Small Soldiers. He has like a moving hand, and his chest lights up, as you can see in that photo there. I paid £4.99 in a charity shop for him. Sold for $24.99 at the exact same time that Small Soldiers were being shown on ITV, funny enough. And the guy paid just as Small Soldiers finished. So obviously, either he was watching it with maybe his kids or something, or he just loved the film and thought, you know what, I'm going to quickly go on eBay and see what's around of these characters. So it's quite nice to see something sell because of what was happening on the TV and what was basically trending at the time. So that's pretty cool. This one, it says $34.99. I didn't get $34.99 for this. I think I accepted $19.99 because it only cost me £3. It was a really nice condition AC Milan 2002 shirt. 02-03 season. But really nice condition shirt. I accepted 20 quid. I paid £3. I'm happy with that. This was once again another one from that bundle. One thing I will talk about on this one is it says at the moment one available, one sold. This was because of a slight error that I had. I enabled the out of stock option on my eBay store, and when I sold some of these, and obviously it goes to then 0 in stock. Now the problem is, when I disabled the out of stock feature, it didn't actually remove the out of stock items. They were still on my store. Every time I clicked delete, it would say, sorry, you can't delete this because it's out of stock. So what I had to do was relist the stuff that I'd sold and then instantly end them, so I could delete them from my list. But it means that for some reason it still shows as one available, one sold, because that's the actual only one I had, and that's the one that eBay thinks I relisted. But obviously these aren't live now. These have ended. But for some reason, a couple of them say that because of this glitch. So I don't have 2 lots of these. I just have the one. But so for $49.99, once again, would have worked out either £6 or £7 each for these. So yeah, it's still a fair bit of profit in them. Probably could have got more if I'd listed them separately and waited, but I could just quite like the idea of selling them all together. So that's those. This was actually a really, really good lot. I picked up a whole bag of Warhammer weapons and figures. Already sold a few to another reseller who saw me post them on a Chat Facebook group run by Nick Hills and Zahir Malik. And these were basically some of the stuff I had left over. And these are weapons for the Operation Dreadnought Space Crusade set. And I actually sold the weapons that you see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons for £49.94. And although it says free shipping, although it says free shipping there, the person also paid £17 shipping because it went to Belgium, and I do my own international shipping on most things now. It doesn't say it there, but yeah, it went to Belgium, so I also had £17 on top of that as well. Really good considering I paid $29.99 for the entire bag that had over 200 pieces. So really, really nice sale there. This was a die-cast MG car that I picked up in a charity shop. I paid £10 for this, and I sold it for £44.99. Mainly because the box, I'll show you the box did have some wear. When it loads, there we go, the box did have some wear on it and a little tear. But the actual car was in really good condition. It came with the wooden plinth and the badge and the limited edition card. So that was a nice little flip because that didn't take too long to sell. So from £10 to £44.99. Obviously all these prices are before the 10% eBay fee, before the 3% PayPal fee, before obviously cost to buy the item. So in this case it was £10. and of course before packaging costs, which on my spreadsheet I tend to add either between 50p or £1 packaging costs as well. That comes off of my profit at the end. So I probably would have made, I don't know, maybe 26 or £27 off of this, maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I have to check my spreadsheet. But so yes, that was okay. That was pretty good. This was a Mage Knight Fantasy board game. I bought this for £1.50 in a charity shop. However, I mean it was unused. It was just not sealed anymore. However, there was. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, these bits kind of in the middle of that picture, and the bits on the left in the little bag, and the bits in the middle. I was missing one of those, and there was a guy in Lithuania who had one, but it would cost me £3 for the part and with the shipping. So my total cost for this was actually £4.50 for the entire board game, but I got £49.99 for that. And it really was in mint condition. I very rarely use the word mint in my titles because what I think is mint, somebody else may not, but it really was perfect condition. So £49.99, I'm very happy with that. Next up, we have a Chapman Space Quest Space Shuttle playset. Incredibly, in a charity shop, I paid £1.50 for this whole lot. And all these little parts were inside. It was actually sellotaped up when I bought it. You just saw the space shuttle. When I got it home, all these bits were inside the little alien and the dog and the figures and everything. So I listed that and it went very, very quickly. I actually listed it for more than anybody else had on eBay. They were around the £19 mark. So I thought I listed for £24.99 and it went really, really quickly. So if you ever see something like this around, you're going to pay a couple of quid for it. It's a really nice flip. It went to Hong Kong. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. Once again, this is kind of becoming a bit of bread and butter now, these sort of games for me. But once again, part of that bundle, a couple of Final Fantasies there. I got £29.99 for them, which was pretty good, really. I'm quite pleased with that. This was a Real Madrid shirt. Once again, I did not get £34.99. I accepted £19, I believe, for it, and that tends to be the sweet spot for football shirts, is around the 19, sort of 20 quid mark. If I'd waited, maybe I would have got more because it does have the name of Sergio Ramos, which is a Real Madrid player, and the actual shirt was an away shirt with the LFP Spanish La Liga badges. Really nice condition. There was no tears, there was no pulls or anything. I always put this in my condition note, some minor bobbling and pulling in places, even when there's not. And the reason why I do that is because when it comes to clothing, I don't have a fantastic eye for clothing. Football shirts I kind of do because, you know, I've loved football since I was a kid. So, you know, I can look at a football shirt and instantly see who it is and maybe what year it represented, or at least era. But I don't have a great eye for it. So I find that if I put that, then that way if people do have a better eye for it and do notice things, then at least they can look at it and say, well, okay, he did say that there may be some pulling. But this one was in general good condition. It was only mainly that climber call badge that was peeling a bit. But apart from that, it wasn't too bad actually. Once again, I paid £3 for this. I bought this the same time as the AC Milan shirt. So I turned £6 into 40 there before fees. So that was pretty decent. This was a really nice pickup. This was a WWE Punjabi Prison Wrestling Match playset. The actual box wasn't sealed, but the contents were. So the ring had never been used. The figure that comes with it is a wrestler called the Great Khali. He was still sealed. The ring ropes were sealed. The box did have some damage. So you got a big tear there. Obviously the tear's on the left. It had some bowing. But that was the main issue with the tear. I paid £14.99 for this. in a charity shop. I was stunned to see this in a charity shop because it's not usually something that you would just hand in, especially unused. It was so strange. But yeah, so anyway, I paid $14.99. I didn't know it was unused inside at the time. I had it really high at first, like 150 quid, because there was only one on eBay, which was sealed, listed at over £500. But all of the previously sold listings were coming up around the 70 to 80 quid mark. Some of them were perfect condition, selling for like 90. But I figured with this massive tear in the side, I'd aim for $74.99, and I got it within a day of me putting it at that price. This actually, I didn't get $4.99 postage. I actually got £18 postage as it went off to California, which was quite a big package to wrap up, but quite nice when it went as well, to be fair, because my storage at this moment in time is not the greatest. So yeah, so $14.99 to $74.99 plus P&P. I was happy with that. This is just, it's nothing major, it's only $12.99, but this is another lot of that Warhammer bundle that I picked up, and just to go to show that you can, if you get them for a decent price, you can get some decent money, rebundling them up into the same kind of thing. Warhammer is not my scene at all. I don't do board games, I don't do fantasy and myth and might and magic and that kind of stuff. So I had some serious research to do on these. I had help from fellow resellers, so a big thank you to you guys if you're watching. But also it was just knuckling down on Google and just trying to find these little suckers. So yeah, I got $12.99 for this bundle, which I was quite happy with. Next up is this mug. I paid 50p for this. It just looked very different, and this was in one of my local charity shops, and it's the Los Angeles Raiders NFL American football team. It's a 3D mug in the shape of the helmet. Just thought it looked quite different. I always go on these sort of mugs. I love selling these kind of mugs. One thing I will say is very important. I did not get $29.99 for this. I wish I got $29.99 for this, but I didn't. I think I took £19.50 on this because it went to a guy who also negotiated buying something else. What that item isn't on this update because it was just a £10 item. It was nothing special, and I paid £5 for the item anyway, so I think I made like £2 profit on that. But because he bundled it up with this, he kind of gave me a bundle price, and I was still way ahead because I only paid 50p for this, so I was quite happy with that in the end. So yeah, so I did get 30 for two items that I paid £5.50 for, so that was okay. Once again, another bundle. This is 12 Android Necrons. Once again, I just researched them. I did not know much about them, but I got 20 quid for those, so quite happy then. I think all of the Warhammer stuff have gone abroad. None of it has stayed in this country except for the direct reseller sale I did when I posted in the group. This was really nice. So pleased to see this go. I paid £5 for this in a charity shop a long time ago, and it really did take an age to go. But it was new, perfect condition, no marks, nothing. It would kill toys at a maker. Still with tags, and it's basically a Battle of Britain Memorial Trust flight bear or pilot bear, as they call it. And this actually, I won't say who's purchased it, but it's actually gone to a place that dress up the graves and the tombstones of British soldiers and British pilots who died in World War II fighting abroad. Now, from what I can gather, this is actually going to be, although I've not sent it there, this is actually going to go to Dunkirk, where there are some graves of British pilots who were downed, and they're going to use this bear to basically dress up the grave. So I think that is, for me, I couldn't have asked for a better place for this to go. In fairness, I you know, I'm quite sentimental and stuff like that. To be fair, so for me, the thought of this going to a place like that, it kind of makes it worthwhile. So I paid a £5. I sold it for 20 quid. A bit of profit in it for me, but mainly it's just going to a really, really lovely cause. So this was another part of that PlayStation bundle. £24.99 for Tenchu and Tenchu 2. Two really good games. I really enjoyed these games when I was growing up. When I had my PS1, Tenchu especially, I loved. So yeah, not bad. Not much profit in it, to be fair, but they're quick sellers, and you know, that's really good for me. And this actually sold today, which I'm quite pleased with. I've not had too many big sales this month. You know, they've been ticking along, but nothing amazing. This was quite good. I paid 30 quid for it. And I'd sold it tonight for £99.99. So I'm quite pleased with that. Once again, didn't get £3.20. It's actually going abroad. Can't remember exactly where it's going now, but it all works, as you can see by the screen. To be honest, I didn't really know how to test this too well, because it's a seriously high-end piece of kit, which I had listed, I think, for like 200 or... Well, I had 200 on for a while and there was no real interest. Then I lowered it to 150. And there was a bit of interest, but I was getting offers that were quite low ball. So in the end, I thought, you know what? This, I think, brand new, it goes for almost £300. But this wasn't brand new. It did have some marks and, you know, some wear. It had a big sticker over the charger there, as you can see. So I thought, I'm just going to price it to sell. I paid 30 quid on Gumtree, sold it for 100 plus £17 shipping, although it says 320 there, but it's because it's going abroad. So anyway, yeah, that's my top 20, even though I think there was actually 22 items that I've sold on eBay recently. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Sorry for the delay in video. I will try and get more going. I will try and show you what I'm going to pick up next week if I can. It's going to be the end of the week, so maybe Friday or Saturday. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope your sales are going good, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Cheers.